All right, so this is a word problem that is most commonly, or not most commonly, but is found in your Math Excel homework. And so I felt that it may be nice to have it walked through for you. So here's, reading through the problem. An apprentice pastry chef has been left alone to make 8 cakes. He cannot remember how much sugar to put in the filling. He knows each cake, not counting the filling, requires 1 1/4 cups of sugar, and that the head chef told him he would need a total of 12 cups of sugar for all 8 cakes and their fillings. So, there we go. Now we're at the writing. So things that we know we need. We know we have 8 cakes. We know that cake without the filling is 1 1/4 cup. So I'm going to start writing this stuff down. So total cakes, 8. And then each cake, 1 1/4 cup. Now here's the thing. 1 1/4 cup, not easy to work with in an equation, so we're going to make it into an improper fraction. So we're going to do 4 times 1, which is 4, plus 1 is 5. So we now have 5/4 cups, because those are the same. But this one's going to be easier to work with in our equation. We know we need a total of 12 cups of sugar. Oh, I guess. Let me write that as total sugar. And then we don't know. We don't know the sugar filling for the filling. And so that's our unknown. So I'm going to call that F for filling. You could call it X. You could call it whatever you want. S for sugar. All right. So I'm going to start with 1 cake. So how do I find out how much is in 1 cake? Well, I know that 1 cake, I'm going to take the amount for the cake itself plus the filling. That's how I'm going to find it for one of them. And then I know that there's a total of 8 of them. So I would take that 1 cake times 8, or the sugar, total sugar for 1 cake times 8. And I know that I'm going to use a total of 12 cups. So that's how I write the equation, right? I started with, how do we find for 1, right? Find for 1, and then on the, then you're going to multiply. And then set it equal to what it's equal to. Now, from here, our first step is to distribute. So I'm going to take 8 times 5/4, so 8 over 1 times 5 over 4. You can do it one of 2 ways. 8 times 5 is 40. 1 times 4 is 4, and then divide, right? Or 4 divides into 8, right? So 4, we would divide both by 4, so this is now 1. And 8 divided by 4 is 2, and 2 times 5 is 10. Either way you do it, 40 divided by 4 is 10, 2 times 5 is 10. So we end up with 10 plus, and then we're going to do 8 times 1f, which is 8f, equals 12. From here, we're going to do our subtraction property of equality. So we're going to subtract by 10 to both sides of the equal sign. So then we now have 8f equals 12 minus 10 is 2. Then we're going to do our division property of equality. And we're going to divide by both sides by 8. 8 does not divide into 2 equally, but 2 goes into both 2 and 8, so we're left with 1/4 fourth, because 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So we have 1/4 cup of sugar goes into the filling. All right, so again, the whole way I've set up my equation is inside the parentheses is what I'm going to do to find for one of our items. And then outside the parentheses is the total number of items we're going to have. So in this case, it was cups of sugar. And so how much would I find for the total of one cake with its filling? And then, and so that's where the 5/4 plus F came from, because the cake was 5/4, but I didn't know the filling, so that was plus F. And then I had 8 of those, and so that's why I had the 8 on the outside. And then I distributed that and solved as usual. Okay, and that is what I have for us when it comes to step-by-step on how to do the equation for a distributive property problem. Till next time, 8th graders. Peace out.